Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, also known as Lazy Artist here on YouTube. I am an artist based in Portugal and I'm currently working full-time. And with the start of the new year and everyone making lists of things they would like to improve, I thought I'd share with you some of my own art goals for 2025. I believe that setting up goals can be sometimes crucial for our own creative growth. It can create motivation, give us some direction of what we would like to achieve or something to strive for. And I hope that these goals can help me keep myself accountable to be more productive and more creative, but also that you may feel inspired in some way or form for your own creative path. I would like to say though, these goals are not completely set in stone, mostly because sometimes life just gets in the way. Just the past year, I had a bunch of projects planned, but we had to move across the country. I had to put some projects aside and adapt to what was new to me. And I also do like to give myself some time and space to do things that feel good for me and my own creativity. I like to be disciplined with work, but not so much so that I feel forced to do things, because then I don't want to do them anymore, or sometimes things just don't work out as planned. It's a little bit like creating yourself an itinerary for a trip. It may have helped to note the places you want to go to, but you never really know how the trip's gonna go, so prepare for unpredictability. I really would love to go back to my sketchbooks this year. Ever since the move, I haven't been able to keep a steady practice. I just sketch whenever I have the time. I have 3 sketchbooks that I'm working on at the moment. One of them is the Bitter Melon Bindery sketchbook, which is for watercolors. This is where I use wet medium because the paper is kind of rough, very good quality. It creates very beautiful textures in my watercolor sketches. Then I have this handmade sketchbook with just regular Canson sketching paper in it. I made it myself with just the sketch paper that I had laying around. It is very nice to use, albeit small. Therefore, I only use it for anatomy sketches, some studies, and just overall rough sketching. And lastly, I have, it's a big boy, I have the Fabriano drawing sketchbook. And this is the most recent one. I bought it mostly just because I had all my sketchbooks and art supplies already packed away and I just needed to quickly sketch in. Mostly just anatomy studies as well. Now, I don't know if I can finish all 3 of these sketchbooks by the end of the year. I also don't particularly like to give myself a deadline for my sketchbooks. I feel like it defeats the purpose of a sketchbook. But I do want to go back to creating more in them. Sketchbooks have helped me improve so much over the years, and I feel like there's something so magical about the freedom of them. I am aiming for more time to study anatomy and portraiture. My favorite subjects to paint are portraits, even if they are sort of whimsical and surreal themed. I have been improving a lot over the years, but I do want to strengthen my foundation skills so that my portraits have as much structure as possible. I always feel like that is something I struggle with a lot. One of the things I don't enjoy in some of my paintings is how sometimes the drawing is just not well structured enough, which results in the portrait looking unbalanced or just overall badly achieved. My last series of paintings, Slumber, was a really good lesson for that because I could feel my skills improve, which in turn managed to make my paintings way more fleshed out. One thing that I wasn't able to complete in full for 2024 was to create more artwork. I feel very proud of the 5 paintings I made. However, I wish I had been able to create more paintings, just more art overall, outside of the series. I wasn't able to do much more because of the whole moving debacle. It delayed loads of projects, and Slumber itself was supposed to come out by the first half of the year. But things changed, and I believe things sometimes need time to come into fruition. So this being said, I'm not being too strict with the way I am setting up these projects throughout the year, but I do want to be able to make at least 3 original paintings by the end of the year. Slumber really helped me understand how long it takes me to finish up a piece, overall how I like to work, and I'm using this knowledge to create a plan and stick to it, which is really important to me. So yeah, this new year, the goal is to have at least 3 original paintings, and if more come along, awesome. Now, this one kind of ties in with the previous goal, but just like it, it is really important to me. And it's also something that isn't just a yearly goal, it's something that I want to take along with me in the long run. Something I've struggled with over the years has always been consistency in my own work. Slumber was an eye-opener to really understand how to best create a series of paintings that are concise and just part of a body of series instead of just standalone pieces. I do think the preparation of the palette helped. That and setting up goals that I wanted to achieve by the end of the series. Eventually I would love to set up my own portfolio, but one thing I've always been told was to have a good, concise body of work before jumping into that. So I'm going to aim towards that goal, a fleshed out body of work that I can then use to create a cohesive portfolio/website. Last Christmas, my boyfriend gifted me a whole set of oil painting supplies, and then I did not touch them for the entirety of 2024 because I didn't have neither the space, because our house was so small, nor the time because we were moving houses. I'm very fortunate now to have my own studio space where I can work. So this year I want to finally start doing some oil studies. Back in high school I used oils for several projects but never picked them up again. I won't lie, they do intimidate me a little bit, just a little. And I think I was also using them wrong, but we weren't given much instruction on how to use or just properly maintain the brushes, the paints, and the mediums. Even less how to safely discard of such things. I've been doing loads of research and I'm 99% sure that half the things we were doing back then was an actual safety hazard. But I also think I never really gave them much a chance, so this year I want to relearn oil painting. I'm thinking of maybe doing a couple of courses, a bunch of tutorials if need be, and maybe start doing some oil studies, even if by the end of the year I only end up with a beautiful painting of a broccoli. Great. I really wish to pick up another medium besides watercolors and just expand my knowledge a little bit. I feel like this year is going to be all about creating and learning, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. These goals are very personal to me, but I still hope they can resonate with you in some way or form. Maybe you haven't picked up a sketchbook in a long while and you need to give it some love again. Maybe you're like me and you want to pick up another medium. Your goals will, of course, be your own, but the point of them is that at the end of the day, that they challenge you and excite you to create some more. I'd love to hear all about your own art goals for 2025 in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you wish, follow me on Instagram at LazyArtist13, and let's support and inspire each other for the new year. Thank you so much for watching and take care.